One. Boom. Hello. Happy Inauguration Day, everybody. This is Latasha L.T. Jimerson, and today we are doing a workshop, a series of 3. This is part 2, Passive Income for Educators. And my beautiful special guest, Tameka Chapman, will be teaching us how to grow a business around our ebooks. So this is going to be an exciting masterclass workshop. Please take out a pen and a piece of paper. You'll probably need a whole pad of paper for all of the nuggets that will be given here. Tameka is a CEO of Mogul Media US. She's an online business growth strategist. So she teaches women entrepreneurs how to build a business from scratch all the way up. She's a #1 international best-selling author, visionary, and mother of 2 little ones. So she's busy. She's moving and shaking and changing the world right in front of our eyes. I am an author, book coach, course creator, educator, and founder of Self-Awareness University, which is an online school where you can learn things like life skills, personal development, self-publishing, self-discipline, self-awareness. I'm teaching all those different things. I have way too many courses available to lots of different people. So if you're interested in that, let me know later. But today we're going to talk about learning from industry leaders how to build a brand, a lifestyle, and a movement around your published work. We're teaching this because we are women that believe that your work is important, your work is inspirational, and your work is going to change the lives of other people. So it is time to come out of hiding, women especially, come out from the backdrop and step into the light of the limelight, because we need to hear from positive people. We need to hear from voices that are inspirational. And so it is time for your work to be published. If you have written lots of work and you haven't published anything yet, we're gonna get with you and inspire you and motivate you and encourage you to get that work done this year, 2021, not 5 years from now. Okay. And we are providing support to get you to get it done. All right, so ground rules. I'm going to go over the ground rules. I'm going to go over the objectives. Tameka's going to chime in. We're going to do a Q&A, and we will be out of here within an hour because we know you guys have things to do. So thank you for spending your hour with us. We will take a picture at the end, and that picture will be included in our slideshow for the next meeting. And if you don't mind, we would like to post it on social media to promote what we're doing. All right, the objectives. #1, learn about book products. #2, learn how to create a business around your work. That is the specialty for Tameka. And #3, we're going to look at our 7-day challenge, and we're going to see who was able to accomplish the big goal of creating a 5-page ebook within 7 days. All right, we want to remind everyone to please allow the presenters to present and turn off your mic until we get to the Q&A section. And then we will go ahead and unmute ourselves and all have a conversation. If you have questions that are just burning in your mind right now, go ahead and put them in the chat. Turn off your mic, turn off your camera, and let's talk about where we are starting. So some of us have been working for a long time, been raising kids for a long time, running our businesses, doing a lot of stuff. So sometimes we get exhausted. And so it is very important for us to come together, to work together, and to be inspired and energized by the people that are around you. So consider yourself to be a part of a success circle that's going to give you some inspiration, to energize yourself, to get yourself back up, and to get moving. Never feel alone. Notice that this lady here, she's stressed, she's frustrated, she's upset. She is suffering in silence. She is not asking for help. And that is the major issue with a lot of us women. We want to do things on our own and we don't want to ask for help. So never, 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 write this down. Never suffer in silence. Always ask for help. All right, so tired of repeating yourself? Are you looking for fulfillment? Are you looking for more respect, more honor as an educator? Are you looking for early retirement? Like, who isn't looking for early retirement? Are you open to the idea of a new career? Are you open to royalties? My favorite kind of tea is royalties, y'all. Are you looking for multiple streams of income? If one or more of those things applies to you, go ahead and put in the chat, how many of those things would you like to achieve this year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things on that screen. Tell me how many you would like to achieve this year. What do you think is possible for you to achieve this year in 2021? So that is me with my first book. It is called Secrets from My Closet, and it is talking about finding healing from childhood trauma, finding healing from the things that happened to you long ago that you had no control over, finding healing so that you can move on with your life and be able to stand on the stage and shine the way that you were meant to shine. Sometimes we have things that are holding us back, that block us from completely showing up. So what I did is I took those things and put them into a book and explained how I was able to heal myself and get through some of those obstacles that had been holding me back. So this was 2016. I wrote it in 2016, published it in 2017, and it has been a whirlwind ever since. It's opened up so many opportunities that I would have never been able to walk through these doors of opportunities had I not taken the first step of faith and created this book. All right, this is the book that I created for this course. This is an ebook, it's about 8 pages. Probably took me maybe 3 or 4 days to create. And that's with the writing, the editing, the proofreading, going back over it, formatting, and using my favorite tool, Canva. It is called The First 3 Steps That Educators Must Take in 2021 to Speed Up Retirement and Achieve Financial Freedom, written by LT the Buddy Teacher, that is me. And it is called Passive Income for Educators because I've been an educator for 18 years and I would like to help other educators. Oh, we have Janine coming into the building. Awesome. I would like to help other educators to really be able to establish themselves as an authority on the subject that they are good at. And I would like for them to write about it and get paid for it. Welcome, Janine. How are you today?
I'm fine. Can you hear me?
Yes. Welcome,
Okay.
welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go ahead and mute yourself and make sure your camera's off. I am recording and we will have a discussion at the end where we will turn everybody's mic back on. All right, so what are book products? So I have a group of clients. I usually start a new course about every 2 to 3 months. And so I have a group of clients that come in and they're first time authors. They have never written a book before. And I always teach them, number one, let's talk about book products. Let's talk about stuff that you already have, that you've already done. Let's not reinvent the wheel. Let's not make more work for ourselves. Let me see the work that you have already done. So we talk about what is a book product. There's a site called Teacher Pay Teachers, TPT, and it is where teachers post their work and they get paid for it. It's worksheets, handouts, guides, pamphlets, ebooks, paperbacks. Um, I have lots of products that are available on Teacher Pay Teacher, but what I realized is that although they have lots of traffic and they have lots of shoppers, I realized that I'm never going to get 100% of my income. I'm never going to get 100% of what that product costs because they charge me obviously to use their platform. So what I started doing about a year and a half ago is just selling my products on my website so that I could get 100% of the price that I'm charging. So that really has given me a lot of confidence to be able to teach other people how to do the same thing. So book products, I want you to write this down in your notes. Book products are not just paperbacks. They're not just hardcover. They're actually worksheets, handouts, guides, pamphlets, ebooks, paperbacks, slideshows. A lot of the things that you create for presentations, a lot of the things that you have to do in school, 5-paragraph essays that you get a grade for, these are items that you could actually sell in the marketplace and you can get passive income. It's passive because you created it one time and you're going to bring in money time after time after time every time somebody buys it. So this is the first concept that I teach to my clients. You have a lot of book products already on your computer. Let's go through it. Let's see what you got, because I don't want you to reinvent the wheel and try to create something new, because you should be getting paid for your work all the time. So this is one of my clients, and she is giving me a beautiful compliment about being productive. That's like the key word there, and professional. I love to be considered productive because I like to get a lot of work done. I like to get things done very efficiently, and I like to be very organized, and I'm very professional. So thank you, Dolores. And this is Dolores's ebook, Dolores's Flow, Keep Calm and Move That Body. She's selling this ebook on her website for $8. And her website is doloresflow.net. She literally created this ebook in 30 days. She just uploaded it on her website as of 2 days ago. And she's already sold 3 ebooks. Now tell me how you would feel if you created an ebook in 30 days, and you can actually get it done faster than that if you have the right coaching. How would you feel if you got your ebook done in 30 days and you posted it up on your website and you got 3 sales the same day? Boom. That's how it happens, y'all. That's how fast it happens. And literally, it can cost you very little, and it could actually be free, because she used Canva to create her cover, and she signed up for the free Canva account. So literally, it cost her nothing to make this ebook, and she's already sold 3. Incredible. This is my wonderful client. She was in the same cohort with Dolores. So the two of these ladies produced their ebooks at the same time within 30 days. They encouraged and supported each other, and they were underneath my guidance, and they did a great job. Jessica's talking about burnout. So her book is called A Beautiful Burnout, Choosing Love, Light, and Transformation. Now, there's something brand new in here that I didn't share with you guys last week about Jessica, because we just took the last 7 days to actually upgrade and polish the work that she had. This cover she made in Canva, and it was already beautiful. It was already awesome. But we went ahead and we took it a step further, and we leveled up a little bit. So here's what she did. Look at the difference. So she went from choosing love, light, and transformation to burnout detox. How about those words? A healing roadmap for overachievers, leaders, and organizations by Jessica Walther. Now, after going through this ebook, I told her, you know what? Let's focus on the group that you want to make the most impact with. So I said, out of these 3 groups that you have here, you have overachievers, you have leaders, and you have organizations. Which group do you really want to make the most impact with right now? Because you can always create more ebooks for different groups. So she decided, I'm going to go ahead and focus on overachievers, because that's what I used to be. Actually, she said that's what I am still, but I've learned how to be an overachiever and not wear myself out and not become a victim of burnout. So we took this ebook and we actually shortened it a couple of times so that it focuses specifically on overachievers. And so guess what? Her next ebooks are going to focus on leaders and organizations, because it's a natural flow. It's what's in her heart. So I tell people, tell me what's in your heart, and I'm going to tell you what to do first, because you can't do everything, which is what sometimes I try to do everything all at once. And it's like, no, it's a process. So this is the first page of her book. It talks about number 1 question, people in burnout. Am I burnt out? 10 clear signs of burnout. Not giving 100% at work. Realizing a change in your behavior. Escaping work with unhealthy distractions. Restless sleep, exhaustion, anxiety, panic attacks, detachment, feeling of loss of passion and purpose, lack of creativity, analysis paralysis. I know what that is all about. So these are some of the things that she's teaching through her ebook. And notice she has her brand colors there. She's got her logo embedded into the ebook. She's got the copyright at the bottom. She's a very advanced student, so some of these things she was able to include on her own, but there's some things that I was encouraging her to take out to polish. And so it was just a beautiful collaboration. This is another one of her pages. She says, this is the costly impact of burnout. And she's very analytical and she loves researching. So, of course, she has lots of data to back up what she's saying. She's even looking at sources like the Harvard Business Review and Forbes magazine. So she's got some highly credible sources as a part of her ebook, but she's shaping this information and she's making it her own because she's wrapping the data around her own personal story and her own personal expertise. So that's what makes her ebook magnificent. Here's another page, continue your burnout recovery. She has a company called the Burnout Institute, and the name of her company is Innovate. And so she says, as a thank you, take advantage of your free 30-minute coaching session. Book your session here, boom, and you click in that ebook and you can schedule an appointment with her to talk about your situation with burnout, to talk about strategies, what you can do to get out of that situation. And then she has a wonderful coaching program to go along with that. All right, so just to switch gears a little bit here, this is something that I created for people who want to write a book, but they don't necessarily want to pay for coaching. Coaching can be kind of expensive. So some people just want to have a book about writing a book. And so I produced this book, which takes the best part of the course that I have and it breaks it down, it condenses it and puts it into a container so that you have all of the tools that you need to be able to build your first book on your own. For those of you that need a more structured setting, you need a course with a coach. This is what I do all day long and twice on Sunday. If you'd like to have a course with a coach and all of the materials you need to build your book, then you're definitely going to want to visit my course, my online university, which is Self Awareness Academy at teachable.com. And I'll send this link to you. Matter of fact, if anybody's interested, I'll spend a couple more minutes with you on this webinar when we're done. All right, so here's my challenge, 7-day ebook challenge, discover your expertise, create a 5-page ebook around your expertise, prepare for show and tell next week. So far, I haven't had anybody to take me up on that challenge, but if you're interested, I'll give you more information at the end. Boom, now we're getting ready to transition over to Tameka. So these are a couple of the steps that Tameka gave us last week. She said that, in order to create your ebook, you need to focus on your passion. You need to have an outline where you focus on the top 5 items that people want to know. You need to organize it, write it, edit it, keep sharing, and celebrate your success. So without further ado, I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're going to talk about next week. We're going to talk about how to sell your book products on your website. We'll dig deep into that. But right now, I want to go ahead and stop sharing, and I want to introduce our beautiful guest teacher, the wonderful, the magnificent, the fabulous entrepreneur, mommy, and beautiful friend, Tameka Chapman. You're up.
Hello. Great afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. I appreciate that warm welcome, girl. I need you as my hype girl every day to wake me up with that, okay?
I'm here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share. And of course, I love teaching. I love sharing everything that I know to help others move forward. And this has been a great, for this to be our second session, this is actually amazing. And I do know that those who participate or come back and watch the replays will definitely get a great deal of benefit from being a part of this experience. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to share my screen so that we can get started. Here. All right, let's see if it'll let me do present mode today. It wouldn't allow me to do that. Oh, hold on. Here we go. Here we go, y'all. All right. So we're in the business. Um, today's what I'm talking about today is going to teach you how to make money. Uh-oh, hold on. That wasn't supposed to be there. That's not supposed to be there. Let me remove the music from that presentation. But it was a way to get you moving, right? It caught you off guard, right? All right, so today I'm going to teach you about creating streams of income from your book. There are so many ways that you can make money. There's so many ways that you can create a profit from just your words. And I want to teach you that it's all you need is love and income streams. It's all about love and income streams. And so, for those who weren't on with us last week, this is just a little bit about who I am. There's so much to me, a little bit more about me, but kind of the highlighted stuff. I'm a wife of 21 years, be 22 years next month. Mom to two toddlers, number one international best-selling visionary and author, um, award-winning global women's empowerment speaker, online business growth strategist, and CEO of Mobile Media. And as Latasha introduced me, I help women learn how to create, build, and launch their businesses, a thriving business from scratch, using passive and non-passive income streams. All right, so getting into it, it's all about books, that handy dandy book. So Latasha put you all up for a challenge to write your first ebook in 7 days. And I gave you the strategy of doing that by tackling one thing each day. If you if you took the time out to be a part of that challenge, then you should have at least a working draft of your ebook right now. If you didn't, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the road. But here's something I want you to know that many people, many people write books, but a lot of them have no clue on what they're going to do to make money, how they're going to get the word out, who they should talk to, what they should do. They don't know what the next step should be. And so they're stuck and they stay stuck because they don't want to seem like a rookie. So they don't ask anyone. They don't say, "Well, hey, I'm stuck here. I don't know exactly what I should be doing. Can somebody help me?" Nobody really liked to ask for help. And it's very unfortunate that we are still in that mindset nowadays. Here we're in 2021. There's so much information on YouTube University. If you don't want to ask a human person in your face, YouTube University is there. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to help you not be one of the many people who write their book, but be one of the many who knows how to sell them. So, how do you profit from your words, from your work, from your masterpiece? How do you make a profit? There's so many ways. Today, I'm not going to go over all of the ways, but you're going to get a great deal from what it is that I give you today. And so, the old way of doing it is selling one at a time. And you can do that by using your email list, any groups that you're a part of, whether it's online or offline, selling them one at a time. You can also sell them in bulk. So think about colleges or universities or organizations, schools, whatever, it doesn't matter. People that would benefit from the message that you've shared within your book, that's who you should reach out to, but reach out to them in the overarching organization and let them know this is what you have and see if they would be interested in purchasing your book in bulk. Connect with book bloggers. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Some of them are called bloggers, some are called vloggers with a V as in Victor. But there's so many book bloggers that exist. All you need to do is do a search for them. If you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram or YouTube or wherever, or you can just do a search on Google. Do a search on book bloggers, plus whatever your niche is, whatever your topic is, because they will come up. People who write about your topic will appear in on your results page. Then again, connect with communities who would benefit from reading your book. So you could sign up to do a reading for book clubs, right? You do a reading for book clubs, but part of you doing a reading for them and answering questions after the fact would be that you require all of them to purchase your book. So whether that's purchasing a Kindle version online or a hard copy version that you can actually autograph for them and then mail to the organizer, and she or he will get it out to their organization. Totally your choice, totally how you want to do it. But that's another way. Connecting with communities who would benefit. Right now, we're in this virtual space, but a lot of people are still meeting virtually on Zoom and any other application that allows us to come together in at one time. So be a little bit abstract on how you go about this, but it's definitely doable. And then create a virtual event. Create a virtual event. So we talked last week about celebrate yourself that you've done it. You've written your masterpiece. Now it's time for you to let the world know that you have written this masterpiece. So create a virtual event around your book's topic, or first of all, create a book launch, right? You're going to first do your book launch. After you do your book launch, continue to sell, continue to market, continue to network, continue to grow, continue to expand. However, you should also do a virtual event about your book's topic. So whether that is a virtual summit, masterclass, webinar, just a panel discussion that you either put together or you're joining someone else on their panel to talk about that topic, it doesn't matter. Find ways to make that happen. If it's yours, the way that you would sell books from that is that you would charge people to attend. So if your book price is $19.99 or $20, then that's the cost of your ticket, because now for every person that attends, they purchase a copy of your book. Hello. Or you may want to go 24 and $25 or 24.99 because that'll cover the shipping as well from that $20 sale. And then here is a great deal. So I love that when Latasha spoke earlier, I don't remember her name, but it was Miss Walter. It was a Jennifer Walter, you said, Latasha, where she's written her first
Jessica,
book on burnout detox.
Jessica.
Jessica, sorry about that. And so her next book would then address organizations and leaders. Well, here's the thing. Create a package deal. When you write more than one book or ebook, you can now lump those together at a discount. So if you initially had, okay, here's a great example. If you use Canva, you create your own ebooks, zero cost. If you have a free account, right? Use a free account. Use Canva to do all your marketing, right? So here again, you have zero cost for that. However, you're going to charge 10 or 15 bucks, maybe 20 bucks for your book, right? If you now come and say, well, I have a 3 book deal, or I have a combo, 2 books, my first and my second book, that they are hand in hand, they complement each other. They go, you read one and you can immediately start on the second one. Now you offer that as a combo deal. So instead of it being 15 bucks per book, you can say 15 bucks for both books. Because at the end of the day, you haven't spent any money. You're still making 15 bucks on your combo sale. And the way that you would do this to make people want to purchase your book sooner than later is you put a time limit on it. For 48 hours only, I have both of these books or all 3 of these books at this discounted price. One client of mine last year, she has written a book, which I will get to this actually. I will get to this section later, but she wrote a book and it included 8 chapters. Well, when she came to me and was trying to figure out what is she supposed to do, how is she supposed to do it, how is she going to grow a business and make a business, for one, I looked at everything that she already had. And one thing that I always tell people is you have everything that you need. There is nothing that you really need to go and create. Everything that you have within you is all that needs to come out of you onto paper. And so for her, she had written a book. She had 8 chapters. So I decided, okay, then what we're going to do, if nobody's buying the book as a whole, we're going to break it down by chapters. So I took 8 of her chapters, made 8 different covers for each chapter, and we sold them as a bundle deal for $48. So she went from having one book at $15.99 to now a whole bundle of ebooks at $48. Do you understand? People saw, oh my gosh, I get 8 books and it's under $50. Okay, sign me up. Clicking on the link. That was the mindset shift, for one, that she needed, but it showed her when you have, so many things in one book, some things may not pertain to some as it would pertain to others, but allowing us to break it down into separate chapters and each chapter becoming its own ebook, then it allowed people to say, oh, wow, I didn't realize that message was shared in the book as well. Or I didn't realize this information or that information. So here, that was just
Fire. That's
a
fire.
genius move.
That
Okay.
is a genius move. Everybody should be writing that down. Boom.
So it just goes with creating a package deal with which could be your series. All right, so the next ways is to speak about it. Speak about your topic, speak about your book, speak about what it is that you do. People want to hear you. A lot of times we read these words on paper, but when you don't speak them, they don't know. People don't know how to take you. They don't know what tone you're really having with this. Because again, we're reading it in the tone that we want to read it in. So I could easily read the same sentence that Latasha reads, and we may take it two totally separate ways because I'm a little sassy when I talk. So I can take it like, oh, they being sassy right now with this. And Latasha could be like, no, Tameka, that is not what it is. Just go calm with this thing, okay? So again, speak. So if that says you get on Facebook and do a Facebook Live just to start talking about your topic, it's going to allow people to get to know, like, and trust you. That's that KLT factor that I love to talk about. Know, like, and trust. If people know you, they may begin to like you. Once they like you, they begin to trust you. And once they trust you, they will now release the funds. And that's what you want. So speak. Facebook Live, Instagram Live. What other platforms? YouTube. There's YouTube out there. Clubhouse. Clubhouse is the newest platform that's out right now. There's so many platforms that you could use to speak. It's all about just speaking about your topic. Another way to make money. These are ways to make money. You can actually, oh, sorry, speak. Also apply to speak at other organizations about your topic. There's so many call for speakers that are out there. You can do a Google search. Again, Google should be your best friend. Do a Google search, type in call for speakers and whatever your niche is. Once you do that, you'll have so many results that come from that, of a lot of conferences, summits, all kinds of events that are happening that you can apply to be a speaker. Some of them are paid, some of them will say upfront, this is not a paying position. However, you can still get paid. There are so many ways to get paid as a speaker, not necessarily by the upfront money. You can sell your books from their marketing or training budget. With that, you can ask them, can I sell from the stage? You can then also say, well, can I have a table at one of your vending booths during the first 15 minutes right after I present? Can I have a booth set up with my product and no other speaker speaks after me for at least 15 minutes? Right. So these are things that you would incorporate when you are applying and they can't pay you up front. The next thing is create a group on LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever platform you can get on around your message and your mission, and invite people to be a part of that. Because again, it allows you to come in and talk about what it is that you do, but it also allows you to connect with others. So you're building that community. You're building that community that will start to being that KLT factor for you and investing in you, which is what you want. So as much as people are investing in you, you want to do the same with investing in them, which is by sharing your knowledge and sharing your expertise. One other way is to create a membership. There's so many people out here who are looking for a way to belong. So like Jessica's book about overachievers, they're looking for a way to learn how to not get to the burnout mode. I'm raising my hand because that was me at one overachiever, always going over and beyond to get things done. It has to be done the quickest. It has to be done the best. It has to have top quality. Like I was overachieving on top of overachieving to the point of, yes, burnout will happen. And when it happens, you're trying to figure out what the heck happened and why, right? So there's a community, and there are people who are needing your community. And regardless of what that community is, there are so many people who's waiting for you to create it. So think about your mission and your message, create that community, and then create a membership, allowing people to pay you to now speak into their lives and teach your expertise to them. All right. So moving on. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go with these digital products. You take your 7-day book that you've created using all of the knowledge that you received last week from Latasha and myself. Take that same book, that same book. Remember, I talked last week about taking the top 5 or your top 10? Well, now you're going to turn those top 5 or those top 10 into everything you see on your screen right now. A top 5, whatever you called it, masterclass. How to just giving another example on Jessica, the burnout detox, right? Burnout detox. How to learn how to not overwork yourself. Okay, that is not what her subtitle is, but you get the gist. It's a masterclass. You can charge $97 for your masterclass and put it out to the world for people to come register for your event to learn what it is that you're teaching, how to get rid of burnout, how to eliminate and prevent burnout, right? So a masterclass, that's the $97 option. A webinar, you can do a free webinar, which will be your lead in to your masterclass at $97, or you can actually charge for your webinar. So masterclasses are normally um, it is normally honed in on one specific topic, right? Your webinar can be a bit broad. You can be a bit more broad with your webinar because you can have you can have an hour or an hour and a half, however long you feel that your audience will stay tuned for. But you can be a bit broad with your webinar, and you can talk about the top 5 things of this or the top 5 things of that. Whereas with a masterclass, each of those top 5 or top 10 can be a specific masterclass. All right. Then a mastermind. Create a mastermind. And masterminds really is just a collection of like-minded people who are moving toward the same result or the same level of success, or wanting to be in a community with others that are like-minded to achieve a certain goal. You can create a mastermind. There are so many masterminds that are being created every single day. There's one lady I met in 2018, I think it was, at a conference, and she has a mastermind. She's based out of New York as well as LA, but she had a mastermind, and the mastermind was $25,000. And I looked at her like, "Ma'am, thank you, but no, ma'am." No, I'm good, but I know that she has so much value to what it is that she presents just based on the presentation that she gave us. And then she also gave us a free book. And I actually use that book. I used that book for my last write up for a press release that I had done. Right now, of course, I started the press release off and I gave it to my PR lady, but I used her book because it gave so much guidance into how to craft a story that people wanted to hear, people would want to tune into and read about. So think about creating a mastermind for your niche, for your topic. You can do that. Courses. Latasha, she has courses. You can create a course. You can create a course and put it on any of the course platforms. And that's an evergreen product. That's an evergreen product. You can create it one time and don't have to touch it again. That's passive income. People go onto these platforms all the time. All you have to do is share your link on your social media platforms or in your email list on a daily or weekly basis. And you never know who is going to come and click on that link and go check out your course. You can be making money in your sleep. Podcasting. Create a podcast around your topic. There's so much money that can be made in podcasting. I just had a conversation last night on Clubhouse with a group of ladies about podcasting. about podcasting. So they came in the room and we pretty much talked about business strategy. And I wanted to know a strategy for them that worked for them in their business to share with everybody else that was in the room. And one of the ladies talked about podcasting. So when that subject came up, we took a total deep dive into podcasting and the ways to create it, set it up, make money from it, and put it on, put it on, recycle and repeat. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that. Yes, there are a lot of ways that you can profit from having a podcast. Now, don't necessarily go into podcasting for the money, because that you will get highly disappointed because it takes a minute to get there. However, just know that if you do choose to do a podcast, there's an opportunity for you to make money by sharing your message. Again, it is allowing you to speak using your voice. Create a YouTube channel. You know, those top five, those top 10 things. Go on YouTube, create a YouTube channel if you don't already have one. Each one of those top five or top 10 that you created from your outline can be used to create a video. And the videos don't need to be 30, 45 minutes, an hour long. Nobody, okay. I'm just going to share this with you. I cannot sit and watch a 30 and 45-minute YouTube video unless it's showing me step by step how to do something. I would not sit there and watch it. I just can't do it. However, if it's something that's really, really good and your voice is really intriguing and it brings people in and is excited and it makes people want to pay attention to you, then great. That may work for you. However, I would caution you against doing so many hour-long videos. But as a YouTube channel, you have a way to monetize that. A lot of people don't know, but then a lot do, that once you get your first 1,000 subscribers and at least 4,000 hours of watch time across all of your videos, then you can start monetizing your YouTube channel and making money from YouTube. And another thing that people don't realize is that Google owns YouTube. So when you are on YouTube, think about those titles that you create and the descriptions that you create, because when people Google looking for a certain topic or a certain thing, your YouTube video can come up in the results. Hello. More people that will have eyes on you. More visibility means more options for creating income in your business. All right. For the last three here, you see anthologies. Offer to create an anthology from your mission, your topic, And I'll share this. My last book, which was called The Power of Perseverance, it was an anthology. I had 10 women who wrote a chapter in my book, and that book became a number one international best-selling book. And I did that, and I intentionally did that book on my own because I wanted to show people I don't just talk about it. I know what I'm doing. I know I know what I'm telling you what you should do. If you're not listening to me, I'm just going to put into action what I've been telling you. And so that's what I did. And I didn't do it necessarily just to say, okay, see, I did it. I did it because I really wanted to share a message of perseverance with the world, a message of perseverance. If you don't know what perseverance is, it is it's defined as the drive, that energy to keep going, no matter what. You have to keep going even when the obstacle seems too hard, even when you don't know exactly how long this is going to take. You keep going no matter what. And so that's a message that I wanted to share. And each of the ladies came through with a different message, a different journey that they had taken. And it was absolutely amazing. We had one lady who sold almost 600 copies to date, and she's still selling. And so the book is still being sold worldwide, and I'm not even marketing it. I'm actually getting ready to bring it back to live and do a whole media tour with it, but it is still selling, and I don't have to do a thing because the message was so strong. The messaging was so strong. The look of the book, the words on the book, you're capturing people's attention with what it is that you're putting in front of them visually. And so real quickly, the last two things on ways that you can make money. I don't want to overwhelm you all, which is why I put this in bullet points. I'm explaining it as best as I can. But if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Latasha or myself. Have no problem answering any follow-up questions that you may have. But checklists
Come
and
on with
templates,
it. We are
right?
all
So
being sponges. being sponges. Keep going.
So, a checklist. Think about those top 5 or those top 10, which is why I said last week, think about the top 5 or top 10, because that's how I help my clients. I tell them, think about the top 5 or your top 10, because that's what we're working off of. And that's how we're going to create multiple streams of income in your business on your top 5 or your top 10 in your niche. Right. So think about your top 5 or your top 10. If like Jessica's book, The Burnout Detox, if she had a top 5 of the things that we saw in her book, so she could take one of those, her one top, the top 5, take one of those top 5 and create a checklist from it. So if it's the list that Latasha showed was the 10 ways to know that you are in burnout phase, each of those could be a checklist. So Latasha, yes, take this back to Miss Jessica and tell her she can now break down those 10 ways that to know when you're in burnout. She can break those down into a checklist. So it becomes
Yes,
when I
ma'am.
tell you basic, and this is something that you can offer for free as a free lead magnet to your audience to get more people to sign up for your emails, right? You can create a template. Go on Canva, type in checklist in the search bar, and in that search bar, when you type checklist, there's going to be so many templates that pop up. When you type in template, there's going to be so many options that pop up, but you need to say what kind of template you're looking for. But if you type in checklist or infographic, oh my gosh, infographics are the bomb. Okay, they are the bomb. So if you type in checklist or infographics, it will bring up so many types of options that you can choose from. And you just choose the one that you like the best, that's easiest, that flows well, and how you want it to flow. Change it to your brand colors, enter your information in there. So her first one could be like analysis paralysis, right? Burnout detox. That could be the top level, the name of her company, contact information, and then put burnout detox, and then list a checklist of your analysis. I'm sorry, do analysis paralysis, and then do a checklist of like the top 5 or top 10 things of what analysis paralysis is, because a lot of people won't even understand that. Now we understand it at a high point, but here's again, you want to speak the language of your audience, right? Speak the language of your audience. So break it down so they can understand it even more, because some of them are in analysis paralysis. They just overthinking and never accomplish anything, because they're still thinking about what's the next thing, or they're trying to make this one thing perfect and not moving forward, right? So break that down into a checklist. Offer it as a free lead magnet. Grab that email address, have it automatically delivered to them. And on that, at the bottom, you start talking about your ebook that you have for sale. Or now, because they're in your email list, you can now email them. You can start your email marketing to them to let them know what else you have to offer. So that's basic a checklist. And a template is the same thing, the same exact way. If you have a guide to grocery shopping, put together a template. That we have checklists for grocery shopping. Put together a template. What's the best way to grocery shop? What is the best way to do this or the best way to do that? Create a template for it and call it a day. Put it out there as a lead magnet, because that'll lead to your money. Giving something away for free will lead them to invest with you later on, because now you're giving them such great value that they are now starting to know, like, and trust you. And when they know, like, and trust you, what do? They invest in you. All right. So listen, these are the different ways that I have available for you to make money just from your ebook. And it doesn't have to be a long ebook. I promise you that it doesn't have to be 500 pages. That's a novel. Nobody's writing those anymore. However, well, some people do, but this is not what this is about. It can be as much as 30, 45 pages. It can be 50 pages. If you want to make your ebook 15 pages, that is fine too. Do what's comfortable and right for you in your business. But these are the ways that you can make money from selling your words, from your words and your work, your masterpiece. And again, all you need is love and income streams. Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to present to you all today.
Standing ovation. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Dr. KJ is in the house.
have a
I'm sorry. That is, I'm okay. Hold on one second. I'm so sorry. Dr. KJ is my book coach. Oh, yes, yes, yes. He actually guided me in writing my first book in 2017. I have to give honor where honor is due, okay? Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much, Dr. KJ, for joining us.
Can I
Thank you.
ask a question?
Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead, KJ.
Oh no, I was just saying thank you and for welcoming me. That's all. You know I'm shy.
Tameka, am I allowed to use this recording in my masterclass? I have a membership on my website and it's a masterclass and we get together and talk about amazing content. May I use this?
Absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to get that. And then let's do Q&A, everybody. I am still recording. If you want your face to be shown, go ahead and show it now. Unmute yourself. We want to hear the questions. I'm going to do a quick overview because that was a lot of info. I just want to show you guys. Amazing.
I thought I was the only one that used the backside of papers as well.
Man, that was fire. And people are responding on social media right now like, hey, what is that? Because I'm posting as we're doing this, I'm posting, y'all missing out. All right, question, Sarah.
Yeah, I have to go in 3 minutes, but Tameka, you talked about the membership thing and I love that idea. Can you give like even just one example of a time that you used it? And I understand the concept you're going to do once a week for 3 months or something like that, and they pay for that. But what are you delivering? Is it just a conversation? Like distinguish it between that and a mastermind or something. Like what do you get from membership?
So
Besides
if you were to create a membership, yes, if you were to create a membership group, you could use any of the membership platforms that are out there. There's one that a number of people use, and it's called Patron or Patreon, however it's said, but it's spelled Patreon.com. And so that allows you to create several tiers and what it is that you want to offer. So you can actually use one of the membership sites as your mastermind location to have everybody in there. And with that, it allows you to go live. It allows you to post. It allows you to schedule your posts. It allows you to do a lot that's in there. You know, masterminds before we enter this COVID phase, a lot of them were in person. So now that we're virtual, a lot of people are having to meet online via Zoom or one of the other virtual platforms. But really and truly, it's not that big of a difference. You can use the membership platform to create your mastermind, or you can have your membership. No, you don't want to just do your membership and only be there once a month. Like you want to engage with your membership every single day because they are investing their money with you every month. They want to learn something, and you should want to teach them, whether that's going live, sharing templates, sharing anything that you know, or bring it on somebody to teach a certain subject that they're all interested in learning. You want to make sure that you are just engaging with your membership in order to keep them paying every single month. You know, with a mastermind, that's normally a certain time frame where people are all, some masterminds are 12 months, some are 6 months, some are 3 months. So it's normally a set time frame that people are going to come together and be together for this mastermind. But with the membership, they're in it month to month.
Got it. Thank you so much. And thanks for this great class. I'll see you guys next week. I have to run, but thank you really a lot.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
Sarah.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Beautiful, Janine. I see you checking yourself out, Janine. You look beautiful. Do you have a question? Turn on your mic.
Okay. Um, I'm on my laptop. I'm on my tablet, so I'm miscombobulated, right? Doesn't take much. More or less asked one of the questions I had about like the difference between masterclass and mastermind. Um, Also, I think my question for me, just a type altogether, and I'm kind of like all over the place. Uh, I'm interested in doing an ebook. I have a lot of ideas, but you know how you have all this stuff and you just don't know where exactly to start. So I guess my question is, what I mean, how should I go about picking what to do my ebook about? Did you guys hear me?
I'm sorry, are you asking Latasha or myself? I'm sorry, Latasha, I thought you were getting
I'm
ready to
asking
jump in
both.
and
I
talk.
want to hear both. I
Oh,
want to hear
okay,
both.
okay. So
I'm sorry, I didn't even address. I
last
told
week
you I'm
we
all over
actually had a discussion about this. We had a discussion about this exact thing of how do you find out what you want to write about, and really and truly to not overwhelm. It's all about writing what you know about, and it's not about picking a topic that you now have to go do research on. A lot of times, a lot of people do that and they miss the mark because they're seeing a trend happen and they want to jump in on a trend. But if that's not who you are or what you do, you're jumping on the wrong train. And so I always just say, speak what you know, talk what you know, teach what you know. And when you do it that way, it comes off natural. It really comes off natural, and it takes away the whole thing of people not believing in you. Because, like for me, I'll just give you an example. When I wrote my first book, Dr. KJ, he knows, I was very hesitant. I didn't want to write my book. My book was very specific, and it was about my 18-year journey into motherhood. And I called it Faith of One Mustard Seed. And that was a very specific book because I detailed what that journey looked like for me. And so nobody can tell me how to tell my story. Nobody can tell me what happened during my story because I
Yeah.
was there. I lived it. So you can't tell me the details of that. So a lot of times I tell people to start with what you've gone through, what you've overcome. If there's something that you've done that you can now educate others on, that's where you should start, because that's where your KLT factor will come in.
Okay, that makes sense.
Janine, do you remember you bought this ebook from me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna give you some homework. Can I give you some homework?
Go ahead.
Go through, read this ebook, and click on that link that says personality test.
I did that. I
Okay.
took that. I took the personality test.
Okay. So then in there, it gives you your strengths and your weaknesses. And
Hmm.
then I want you to think about way back. And we could do a 1 hour coaching session whenever you're available too. But you're going to think back way back. What are some of the things you've always loved? Reading, writing, science, math, history, politics, economics, finance. What are some of those things that you have always just been curious about and interested in? Have you written any papers for school, 5 paragraph essays? Do you have presentations that you had to do for work? Get the
Yeah.
stuff that you already have.
Okay. And that would be great. And I used to have a whole lot of stuff, but someone stole my computer, so that was like 10, 15 years worth of stuff out the door already. So I'll look and see what else I have. And I really appreciate you guys answering my question because I always think about stuff, and I got so much stuff going on around here that that's why I was late to this. I was like, oh shoot, I'm totally doing something now. So,
Wait a minute.
so I try, and I'll get it together.
But you don't have to be alone. Remember, we talked about suffer in silence.
Yes.
Don't suffer in silence. Can you see the screen with my website?
Yes, I do.
Click on the schedule an appointment. Let's do a 1 hour free coaching session for you. I think that would be good so we could sort out, what you like, who you are, and where you could start, because I'll just give you step one. You just go do step one and then tell me how it goes.
Okay. I could do that.
Yeah, that way, because I think you're thinking too big, and that's where the analysis paralysis comes in.
Yeah, I have a tendency to overthink. Because I'm in a doctoral program now, and I really tend to overthink. And I, all my professors know. Because by the time I tell them that that email, they're like, okay, we got a live one here.
It's okay. We've all been there.
Yeah, so yeah, I always tend to overthink. My husband says, you know what, you really the simplest stuff. I was like, that's where my mind goes. Cause like, okay, what if I do it this way? Then I do it this way. And what if I do it like this? And he's like, no, too much, too much.
Yeah, we
So
just need to do step one. The step one is just find your expertise and let's make an outline so you can start thinking about day by day. 7 days, we'll just take 7 days. What do you do on day one? And just take it slow, give yourself a break. And that's the power of writing all these notes. I usually tell my clients just write 1 page a day and just show me what you wrote. Don't be afraid to show people what you wrote and just ask, what do you think about this? You're going to be surprised that people are going to be like, wow, you wrote that?
okay, all right. I will keep that in mind, ladies. I really appreciate this. Thank you. I almost did not even register for this. Um, only because I have not been feeling the greatest lately, and I was like, you know what, just and I was like, last minute I was like, I can do this. I'll do it. So yeah.
Absolutely. Well, we're excited that you decided to come on in and join us because the information that we have to share, we definitely want to make sure everybody that can hear our voice hears it and takes it and applies it to creating these streams of income in their life and business so that they can be less stressed and get out of the analysis paralysis. That's why we break it down as I mean, I love to break it down. I like to things make things as simple as possible because I believe when you make it simple, it's easy to achieve and you can do it over and over and over again. That's my whole thing. I love the simplicity of it all. So if you have any questions, Latasha is there. She's already told you to book your 1 hour free consult with her so she can get you back going to go with it. And I definitely pray that you start to feel much better than you have been feeling, Miss Janine. I'll keep you in prayer.
Thank please, because like I said, it's so much. I can't even tell you some of the stuff I'm going through, and I'm sitting here with a smile on my face because the alternative is 6 feet under. So as long as
Yeah.
I'm 6 feet above, I have to be grateful for what I have.
And do you have,
Absolutely,
are you a part of
absolutely.
a community on Facebook? Do you like Facebook?
Excuse me, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Do you like Facebook? Have you been on Facebook in any of the groups? There's some really positive groups on Facebook that are really uplifting and
Yes,
non-political.
I'm in a couple of the groups, they're that are faith based, um, and also my denomination. I'm on a website, their Facebook page. Um, so I am definitely.
Okay, can you see the chat? I'm
Wait
typing in.
wait a minute. Um, I guess. Mm-mm-mm.
Definitely join the community. It's 2021 publishing for authors, coaches, educators, and speakers. It's ACES. So if you go to Facebook and
Oh,
search for ACES,
Aces. Okay.
like an ace of cards,
Mm-hmm. Aces.
that's our group. And the whole thing is that's a free group and it's a support group for people who love to write. And we share what we write and it's no judgment. It's just honest feedback with love. So there's
Uh,
a lot of people. It's like 115 people now. So it's good. You still there, Janine?
Her screen may be frozen.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like. You want to stop the recording?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording. All right. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon. Come back for the next workshop.